There is a very high chance you already saw this cosmetic before watching this vid, but if you check the store right now, you will notice that this shirt for Jeff Johansson is completely missing from the store. What happened to it? Today, we will be covering one of the most interesting topics for me, removed content, in this case, cosmetics. After finishing this video, I guarantee that you will learn about one cosmetic you never knew about before, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, it helps a ton. Jeff Johansson shirt. So what happened to the Jeff shirt? This was one of the 3 cosmetics that were part of the Cats and Dogs collection, which also included Catgirl Legion and Reddit moderator Dwight. However, unlike those two, Jeff Johansson's cosmetics were never released. The only information I could find about the cosmetic, and it is the most popular consensus, is the fact that the shirt's design is not only controversial, but also doesn't fit Jeff. You probably know about the reputation that Pitbulls have in the dog community as widely known as the dogs that commit the most human attacks and also for being very aggressive. This view of Pitbulls is very bad for the image of those dogs, and a lot of people are discontent for it. The fact that this shirt represents a Pitbull in a very aggressive manner is basically promoting the view that Pitbulls are the most aggressive dog breed in the world, and Behavior decided to redesign the shirt in order to give Pitbulls a better image. Besides, this shirt is also not something that a person like Jeff would wear. What do you think? Do you agree with this? Feng Min Brazil Cosmetics. If you check your Claudette cosmetics, you will see an ultra rare Brazilian shirt for Claudette. This was one of the rarest cosmetics in the game, as it was only available to people that played Dead by Daylight in the Brazil Comic Con 2017. However, what is weird is that apparently there were files for a potential Feng Min cosmetic too, as you can see in the picture. The texture for this cosmetic has been scrapped from the game files. It is very possible that Behavior created this cosmetic to be given at the 2018 Brazil Comic Con, but at this time, they decided that exclusive cosmetics have no place in the game anymore. Remember that during this time, console players were unhappy that exclusive cosmetics were only available for PC players. Not only that, but all exclusive cosmetics used to cost up to $300 on third-page store sellers, which is something any game developer is going to be completely against. This was the reason Behavior ended up giving all exclusive past cosmetics for free in December of that same year. 80s Cosmetics. 80s Cosmetics. There are 2 sets of cosmetics that share the same style as the 80s cosmetic pack that are for Dwight and Jake. For Dwight, he had a Vector shirt and Pale Sloucher cosmetics. What is really weird about this is that you could buy the Vector shirt on the merchandise store of Dead by Daylight. This item is discontinued, so it's not available now, but I find it funny how it was easier to get this shirt in real life than in the game. As for Jake, old players probably remember this vest and pants from somewhere, however there is no way to get them in-game. The funny thing about these cosmetics is that they are the only usable cosmetics in-game if you hack them in. Completely scrapped Cenobite head. If you check the in-game store for the Cenobite, you will notice that he only has a torso and weapon outfit with no head as part of it. But what if I told you that the Cenobite actually had a completely unique head cosmetic that was part of this outfit? What if I also told you that this outfit was supposed to be a set instead of a standalone cosmetic that you can mix and match? This is the only available image for this cosmetic. There is no explanation as to what happened to this cosmetic piece, nor any reason as to why this was scrapped from the outfit and broke the set. The common theory is that Behavior thought that the head was too similar to the default or prestige one, and instead of making you pay for something very similar, this cosmetic was scrapped. If only they did the same to the Jill Valentine cosmetic, where her head is exactly the same as the default, but you still have to pay for it. In my personal opinion, I think this Cenobite head is different enough to be considered a different cosmetic. In fact, there are some cosmetics currently in the game that already look way too similar to another one, yet they still cost the same. No One Escapes Death Charm. While this is not a skin or an outfit, this charm still went unused in the game files, and there is no way to obtain this one in specific. The charm, which represents the perk NOED but in a grey color format, is part of no collection at all. and it seems like it is also not part of some developer-only exclusivity, as they have some different charms that are exclusive only to behavior employees. The charm's description reads, "Hope can be the deadliest trap. Strike when they believe the worst is behind them. They'll be ripe for the taking," which is basically the definition of NOED. Before anyone comments something about this charm being an unlockable perk, remember that NOED is a general perk, unlike the teachables in-game. Not only does it feature a different design to the perk charms, but it also has a personalized description, unlike the automatically made prestige perk ones. So in reality, nobody knows what the purpose of this charm is. The cosmetic we never got. Now let's talk about some Dead by Daylight history. In June 2017, Dead by Daylight received its first ever batch of free cosmetics through an anniversary event to celebrate 1 year of Dead by Daylight. This event was based on having a community challenge every day that everyone had to complete, and by doing so, we received different pieces for both survivors and killers. We ended up completing every single community challenge, and in fact, we crushed all of them. But this in turn made some negative people criticize this event and say that even if we could not complete a community day, behavior will still end up giving the cosmetics away for free. As such, a weird theory was going around in the developer streams that painted this whole event as rigged. This made behavior unhappy. In September of the same year, behavior announced the Fall Masquerade event, or second community event. The objective of the event was to hook or escape from the grasp of the killer, with a reward for both David King and the Huntress. However, unlike the community event, the requirements for this one was absolutely crazy, as it needed 12 million hooks or grasp escapes to complete. Now, if you play DBD for more than 1 hour, you would understand how escaping from the grasp of the killer is an absolutely stupid challenge requirement, as it not only is very hard to achieve, but it also removes the killer's opportunity to get hooks, which is part of the community challenge. What is worse is that the number is absolutely ludicrous. Remember that this was 2017, almost nobody was playing this game, and definitely not as much as they play now. So with an event that required the killer to hook survivors, and with survivors almost not being able to contribute to the numbers of this challenge, this community challenge failed, and we never got to hear from both the David King cosmetic nor the Hunter's one. However, if you check your Hunter's cosmetics right now, you will notice a brown hair mask for her. Well, this was the compensation reward given later after the event ended for people not to feel too bad about. Some people theorized that this was, in fact, the Hunter's cosmetic that was going to be given to the community. Others believe that this was all a social experiment and there were no cosmetics designed at all. It was just a bamboozle. What do you personally think? If you enjoyed this vid, make sure to let me know in the comments and give it a like. It helps me a lot and it also improves my mood. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.